Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Your girl's back with another video. This is a quick one. It's kind of what you would do if you have leftover steak. I made a bunch of steaks last week and I put the rest in the freezer. They're not ribeye. I don't know what they are, but there's no bone in them and there's very little fat, but they turned out really tender. I just broiled them with seasoned salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and butter, and I just broiled them in the oven. Cheated, you know I don't cook rice. I stopped at the Chinese restaurant on my way home today and got a little, I think a pint of rice. I got some beef broth, and I have the Better Than Bouillon beef, and I have a bag of broccoli. I'm gonna make beef and broccoli over rice. No, my husband's not gonna eat this, and a disclaimer, I'm not happy. I'm glad, by the grace of God, when I got my groceries, a little guy got me. It was supposed to be the steam kind, number one, and then number two, he forgot one of the items. So as soon as I got back home, and I tipped him, I don't even think he was 20, but anyways, I was backing into the driveway, he called, and I normally don't answer weird numbers, but I answered it, and it was him. He said he had forgot something, and I'm really close to the grocery store, no big deal. I went back, and that was last week. Then he got me again today. So next time I see him, I'm gonna be on the lookout. I'm gonna get out of the car and look in the trunk and make sure my order's correct. But anyway, that's my fault. So anyway, by the grace of God, I got some beef broth because now I have to cook the broccoli. If anybody's seen my videos, I like my vegetables well done. And I would have put them in the steamer had I gotten the right bag where I could have steamed them. They would have been cool, but now these have to cook. So I'm gonna put them in a pot. Got my stuff on the oven, so I'm gonna turn the camera around and get the beef broth in the pot, put the broccoli on, because the steak is cooked. I really don't want it to cook. I just wanna make the gravy, put the steak in there, and get the broccoli cooked and put this over rice and show you guys a quick night meal that you can make for your family if you have like leftover steak or steak bites or just have steak to cook. It's really quick. Like I said, my husband don't wanna eat the broccoli. I would do onions, but I'm just gonna keep it simple tonight. So I'm gonna put you on pause. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my pot on. I put my broccoli in there, and the reason I'm using beef broth is because the liquid I want to use to make my gravy is going to be this. And I figured that way, since it'll be boiling in the broccoli, the flavor would be more concentrated since I wouldn't be wasting it. Plus, you know, just using plain water. So I've got that on high, and you know I have to boil that to death in order to be able to eat that over rice for myself. I'm not going to cook the steak. What I'm going to do is get the gravy going. That's the steak is going to be in. So I'm cheating, you know, I'm going to use the Better Than Bouillon. I don't think that's going to work. It's not. So, I'm going to use a big heaping spoon of that. And as I think about it, I may have to wait. Yes, I'm going to put you guys on pause because I want to use that liquid. I don't want to add water to this, and I don't want to start cooking this just like this because it's going to need a liquid with it. So I'm going to put you guys on pause, get my broccoli going and cooking and boiling, and then I'll come right back. Okay, I wanted to show you guys my broccoli is boiling, but it's nowhere near the desired tenderness I like. I like it, like I said, for me, you do better to do it mushy than to have this much texture to it, so I'm gonna let it keep going. But I wanted to show you guys the steak that I have that was left over, and it's so tender. And like I said, all I did was broil it, and I wanted to show you that I'm just tearing it apart with my fingers like that. I don't know what part of the meat it was. I told the steak, or the cow, I mean, because I just said I wanted steak, and he said they didn't have any ribeye, they didn't have porterhouse, they didn't have this, they didn't have that. So it was 10 of them in a pack, and so we ate 4 with baked potatoes or whatever, and then I just put these in the freezer. But yep, I just cooked them in butter and seasoned them, and you see they tear apart really easy, and they're done. That's why I don't really want them to cook. I just want them to warm through, and this is just for me. So I'm gonna put you guys back on pause. This probably got to go another 10 minutes for me to be even halfway happy, so I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, it's pretty much at the desired tenderness that I can stomach it. And I was going to transfer that into here with this, but I decided that didn't make sense. I would just go ahead and put the bouillon better than beef in here, thicken it in here. So I pull the spot over here and cut this down, cut that off, and let it warm and thicken with this. And this is just beef broth. I didn't add any salt or anything to it to cook the broccoli in. And basically, I'm just warming this through. I'm just getting the broccoli to continue cooking before I add the steak in here, because I do not want the steak to really cook, because like I said, it's tender. I just want it to warm through. And I do want this to thicken up, so I'm going to let this cook down for a while and let it thicken, because I don't want this loose. I want it like a gravy to go over the rice. So I'm going to put you guys back on pause because I'm not ready to add the meat yet. And don't forget, I have a great joke for you guys. It's a short one. And if you like this channel, please like, subscribe, and share. I'm trying to do a little healthier things here this year for sure, especially for myself. My husband eats healthy anyway, other than the vegetables, but I'm big on sugar and big on salt, so that's something I'm going to have to work on. But I'll put you guys on pause and I'll be right back. Okay, this has been cooking about 10 minutes. It's not really getting thick like I like it to do. So what I did was I made a slurry. I took a tablespoon of water and a tablespoon of flour, and you're supposed to make sure this is boiling, and it is. I'm going to add that to it to thicken it, because I want it thicker than what it is. So I'm going to get that up to boiling to activate the, is it the sodium bicarb? I get them confused sometimes. It's been a long time since I looked at the periodic chart. But anyway, because you know, I do not like to cook. I'm not a chef. I'm a scientist, even though I should know that. So yeah, this is starting to get thick. So now what I'm going to do, because you know I hate to waste a pan, to cut this down. I'm going to transfer this into here. And now I'm going to add, oops, turn the camera off the camera. Now I'm going to add my steak in. Basically want this to thicken and warm through, because like I said, the steak is cooked and I don't want it tough. It's tender. It's very, very tender. Cooked it in a lot of butter. And then spoon this over rice. I mean, like I said, cook your broccoli to your desired tenderness. Most people just want you to cook it for a couple minutes in water, then shock it, and then throw it back in here and do it like a stir fry, which is fine. I just, like I said, I like my broccoli very well cooked. So I'm going to let this go on high for a few minutes. Okay, so this is pretty much how I want it. I'm going to turn the camera around, take some pictures, and show you how I'm going to plate this and eat it tonight and tell you guys my joke. Okay, there you have it. Quick, easy meal, beef and broccoli over rice. You can really do this in one pot, and now I know that, instead of doing two, because I could have just used a Dutch oven and combined it all. But this is the way I like it. You can cook your broccoli, like I said, any way you like. But I like mine overcooked. I threw some parsley on top for decoration, so I'll go ahead and tell you my joke. A man says to his wife, "Can you tell me one thing that could make me both happy and sad at the same time?" So the wife stood there for a moment and thought, and then she responded to her husband by saying, "Your penis is bigger than your brother's." Interesting. It took me a minute for that one. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and share, and give this a try. It's really, really good. I just tasted it. If you don't want to have a lot of work to do, I just used the better than bouillon and some beef broth, and I had leftover steak. Well, we'll just say beef, so we'll just call this beef and broccoli. But anyway, have a good evening, and God bless.